Hello guys and welcome back. The official Reddit and Discord of Sons of the Forest just had a question and answer with the devs, and with it has come some really juicy information about the future of the updates of the game, which, should you wish, you can check out the video to that. I'll put a link to it in the description below. I'm going to try and summarize the points that were made though, but I've got to say I'm super excited about what seems to be coming. So firstly, the team are still working on companions, mentioning that they're planning on adding more tasks for Kelvin, such as building a wall around your base as well as fortifying or repairing when needed. And Virginia is also being worked on, improving her AI so that she'll respond differently to hostiles depending on if she has a weapon or how many enemies she's killed. But there was no talk about any other companions that might be added. Now, lots of people have complained about how short the story is. This will change with more lore, cutscenes, and areas to be added, and to expand and flesh out the story, something that I think we all want to see. It was also mentioned whether we'd see improved Gore or Dismemberment mechanics, but the team have said that it's not currently planned, though they are always looking to improve the effects. After which it was questioned what happened to the various planned ideas that haven't made it, such as the night vision goggles, Kelvin's original name, and things like the solar panels, climbing axe, and battery charger. And apparently a lot of these ideas are partially developed and are planned in future patches. And it was also clarified that Kelvin's name has changed several times throughout the development before they settled on Kelvin. Now, a few people have also asked in the comments about wanting to use golf carts or horse riding, and though they weren't clear as to what they have planned, N-Night have mentioned that they have an idea that they think would be really cool for transportation in the game, but they don't want to talk about it prior to developing it, just in case it doesn't fit with their game or the feel or the enjoyment that they want from it. Now, as for cheating and griefing, N-Night have said that they hoped people would be nice in each other's games, but obviously that was never going to be the case. So they have added the trust system as a tool to help people handle public open servers. There was also a little bit of talk about the VR and further bug fixes for the forest in particular. And the team at N-Night said that they want to focus on making Sons of the Forest as good as possible before they look at anything else. And then they'll think about future plans towards what will be the end of early access. Now, they also would love to bring the game to console, but they have no firms in regards to that for the time being, as they want to make this the best PC game possible. We do know that they have lots planned for the updates, but they've decided to hold back on a roadmap as they'd like to keep it a surprise for players, nor do they want to promise on something that may get pulled out. But they do read the comments and feature requests, and they do try implementing the best fitting ideas. Now, I'd personally love to have a general idea as to what's going to be coming, but I do understand why they're keeping this quiet, and I totally trust in them. I'm looking forward to what they're going to be showing in this upcoming update. But they have confirmed there'll most likely be some new items to craft based on what players want and they feel would improve the game. Currently, we do have the GPS system as well, and that kind of hints where we should go, but this has led to people finishing the story too quickly, and subsequently they've got a few ideas which they want to try and implement for improving the pacing of the game, but they haven't found the perfect fit or solution yet. But what is important to them is that they do see players living and existing within the world, making builds and exploring that world. And one thing that actually really interests me is the potential changes to what they might be doing for the building options. Now, they've confirmed that there are going to be new ghosts that will be added to the game for us to build, and they'll also be improving and extending the freeform build system, and I just hope we have the option for a diagonal corner and also various new materials, but we'll wait for that. They also plan on adding at least one more character to the game and some variations to the current enemies. Now there's speculation that this could be the end boss or the slugs by only Reformer. Now either way, I'd be happy to see both of them in the game, or at least more fleshed out in the case of the slugs. Along with enemy types, they do plan on expanding cannibal ambient actions in their village, as well as adding new structure types for them to live in, adding more variety to the camps and making them feel just generally a lot more alive. One thing that's been asked a lot is about the dedicated servers. Now they are currently being worked on, but there is no exact date as to when they'll be released, so just keep your eye out for that. Now returning to game features, they've confirmed that there is an advanced cooking system, which I've mentioned I've wanted, which will come in a future patch once it's a little more developed. But they didn't talk about an improved system for crafting. As for why they chose early access at the last minute rather than delaying the launch of the game, they've said it was in part due to the good experience that they had with the forest being in early access, and they did want to get the community involved and on board to help improve the game. And I think they've made the right decision. I want to see how they improve on this now. Now, a few of you have been wanting to see different predators in the game, such as wolves and bears, and the team responded to this saying that they don't plan to add them, but they may be adding some other animals. They also clarified what the updates will look like. So with the updates, they'll probably be alternating between 2-week and 4-week patches, depending on the new additions that they want to bring. These will include additions to the story, the cutscenes that we've mentioned previously, new features, items and fixes to bugs, as well as other improvements to optimization, for example. Now with the team hitting 2 million sales, I've wondered how that may affect the launch window, whether they're planning to push that back or trying to keep it for 1.0. And they mentioned that the plan is still 6 to 8 months. So October, December time, which is perfect for sales, unlike releasing in the first few months of the year where everyone's got no money. But they've said that they will constantly re-evaluate this as development continues, as they just want to release the best game possible. And I'll personally be surprised if they do get it within the 6 to 8 months. I think it's going to be pushed back at least a few months, but let's wait on these updates first and foremost. And speaking of updates, they mentioned as for DLC and the Steam Workshop, they'll talk further about this once they're later on in the early access period. They'll also have some ideas for improving hunting and survival, but again, there's nothing concrete to share. Surprise, surprise, they're keeping their cards close to their chest. There was also talk about prefab buildings and stuff from the first game, which N-Knight said they're not opposed to adding these kinds of things, providing it makes sense and is fun. Really, what they want to do is focus on new stuff. They want to rejuvenate the game, give it a fresh lick of paint, so to speak. And they've confirmed that there will be improvements to the environment throughout the early access period, which seems necessary given how empty some of the areas feel, such as the southeast of the map or the mountain biome. And finally, they did suggest that the log sled will make a return, which previously they hadn't planned on bringing back, but it's only become apparent because it's something that the community really wants, and they were being very vocal about it. So if there is something that you want, guys, do be vocal about it. Let them know what it is that you want to come to the game, and perhaps it may come. But guys, we are going to leave it there. I hope you liked this synopsis. If you did, do hit the like button, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe, and let me know if you'd like me to cover these news tidbits in the future. Again, do check the video linked in the description, and thank you so much for watching. But until next time, special thanks does go to all of our amazing supporters, James Irwin, Firefless and Trebor, as well as our Lunars, the Calamity, Ben, Star, Shoku the Emin Wolf, and That Dude AW, as well as our Blood Moon of the Day, which today is Chick Norris. Until next time, as always, ciao for now.